Hello, good evening, everybody. I am Dr. VT Shah, Organizing Secretary of this AIM 2020 virtual conference. I welcome you all.
Jahangir Hospital was established in 1946, one of the first hospitals in Pune. Today, 75 years in the service of providing quality healthcare with commitment and distinction. Our cardiac department is one of the best in the city. The best round-the-clock heart care services in Pune. We offer advanced heart surgery procedures. State-of-the-art cath lab is geared up to provide comprehensive cardiac care to the patients. The list of the procedures performed in the cath lab include balloon angioplasty, coronary and left ventricular digital angiography, coronary intravascular ultrasound, right and left heart catheterization, rotational arthectomy, stent implantation, and thrombectomy. Our core team includes renowned doctors, Dr. J.S. Dugal and Dr. Ajit Mehta.
Next slide. Next slide. I can't see the slide here.
Can't see the slide. We can see you both. Dr.
Yeah.
Dugal.
Yeah. Hello, all of you. Morning to America, from America, and of course, night at India. So we have a multi-vessel disease, which Dr. Ajit Mehta will speak to you.
So we have a 66 years old gentleman who's a known case of diabetes and hypertension since last 10 years. He has had inferior wall MI in 2019 May, for which he underwent primary PCI. He underwent primary PCI to RCA with 2 drug-eluting stent. The angiogram at that time also showed critical disease in LAD and LCX. We told him he probably would require a stage procedure because it was a complex angioplasty, calcified LAD, calcified circ. So we wanted to stage the procedure not at the time of primary angioplasty. He was kept on medical management. He was all right till recently when he started having angina, exertional angina, unstable angina, and recently he was admitted to us again with NSTEMI, raised enzyme, with preserved ejection fraction 50%. He underwent angiogram just 3 days back, which showed, next slide. I think probably we can show the angiogram. We can start the angiogram from the first. So we did the angiography again. So no, sir, आपको floor बंद करना पड़ेगा. So he underwent angiography, which showed patent stent in proximal RCA, and then we had one long stent in distal RCA also, with some borderline disease in between 2 stents, which was there in 2019, more or less same disease there. Both the stents in RCA were patent. Next shot. The left system shows very calcific LAD, very tight. Next angio probably you would appreciate in this caudal view, where it shows very tight, very nasty bend in the circumflex with more than 90% disease with severely calcific artery and a lot of tortuosity. So is the case with LAD. LAD also was extremely calcific and a critical 90% disease in the proximal LAD. We in fact had given surgical option to the patient. Patient denied surgical option. He said, I would like to undergo multi-vessel angioplasty. So here we are. So far, what we have done, we'll just narrate it to you with the angiogram. Go ahead. Next. So basically we had, next. So we had BMW wire with fine cross catheter. We exchanged to rota wire. We got 1.25 burr. It was very difficult. It was not yielding. The lesion was not yielding first. So with multiple attempts, we could, finally go ahead.
Yeah, so multiple runs were done. It was difficult to, the ostium of the circ had an acute angle, and it was very difficult to cross. And it took long time to cross the ostial circ. And finally we could, after multiple attempts, we could cross, and then we did the polishing run. And then we saw the angio. It was a well opened vessel, and then we took out the same wire, passed it into the the LED and did rotational atherectomy to the LED with the same burr, and this you can see till the diagonal we wanted to, and then we did OCT on the LED. Can you
Show the, yeah, can you please show the OCT images? Yeah, we can see the.
Yeah,
OCT.
so this is a run which was taken, and you can see the calcification which is seen in the LED, which is seen here you can see the calcification between 3 to 12 and even at 2 o'clock, and the distal landing zone was good, and then the left main was a good size. It was, so we have come into the, now then we decided try to do the OCT in the LCX, but was very difficult to cross into the LCX. So we thought now we will go for angioplasty. The distal circ was stented first.
So go
this-
to the angio images, please.
So we dilated the distal circ, that OM, and then stented that with 2.7528. So this is the pre-dilatation. And after this, we stented the distally with the 2.7528. And then we thought we will do a DK crush technique in this because of the ostium also of the left main involvement. And so first we deployed a stent in the LCX. We, after deployment, we pulled back the balloon and again dilated at high pressure. So the coverage of the ostium is adequate. And then we crushed with the balloon, which was 3 into 12 NC balloon. Here you see the ostium coverage, and then we have crushed. So we are at this stage, and now we are going to recross and do a kissing, the first kissing, and followed by stenting of the LED to the left main.
So just a question, if, would anybody would have approached the case differently, or we are okay, we should go ahead? Should we have some discussion here?
Yeah, I would have placed the the LED stent before the crushing of the circumflex.
So, but we were planning to probably put one long stent left main to LED. So that was the whole idea. So we thought we can have a distal OM stent and crush circumflex stent with balloon and then go left main to LED long stent. That was the whole idea. That's why we thought we'll finish off with OM first and then go with long LED stent, left main to LED. So should we proceed?
Yeah, please proceed because we have just about 40 minutes of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can keep talking. But
Yeah.
So now we'll do the first case.
Can you tell us about where you are going to cross?
Yeah, basically we are going to
What
cross
wire are
in
you using?
non-distal strut. That means either in the mid portion or in the proximal, but non-distal.
Yeah. See, that is very important when you're doing a DK crush. You do not cross in the distal, unlike a provisional stenting strategy, because you are likely to
LA quarter.
go under the stent
Yeah.
strut.
And so here we are trying.
Go maximum.
Dr. Duggal, do you plan to do imaging?
Yeah, we have planned to do imaging after this. We'll do a OCT run after the crossing, after doing this, and also do an FFR.
Okay.
So this is, we are trying to cross here. We are trying to, you see, we have crossed into the mid portion almost. And
Good.
so now we are going to do the first case.
212 and 312.
Dr. Duggal, why would you do a kiss before you do the OCT run? I would do an OCT run into the main branch to see if you really crossed the proximal or the mid cell and not the distal cell.
Yeah, we can do that. Yes, we can do that.
So, in the, you want to do OCT in LED.
We'll do the OCT LED and then we'll show you after that. We can do it now also. But now we have crushed the stent. We'll do a first case and then see.
But if you've done the first case, Dr. Duggal, and if you enter the distal cell, you've already distorted it. That's what I'm trying to
We'll
ask.
do OCT on LED. Get OCT catheter on LED. All right. catheter. Hello. Put a talker on this.
Sir, how should we size the LED balloon to crush the circumflex stent in this case? What should be the size of the?
Size should be adequate. If you put a small, then you'll not be able to crush it. So
So it
if
should be
you
sized to the LED or to the left main, sir?
no, put to the left main. I mean,
Dr.
turn
Rajesh, in
to the
this,
distal to the LED proximal and this. So we should, if you are planning to put, we did it crushed with 3 because the LED was about 2.75. So we thought we'll crush it with 3 because that would be adequate crush.
Right.
So
So
what
Dr.
was the
Rajesh,
left
actually
main
the
size on the
recommendation is that
OCT?
you
If you
first
see the
use a
left main
smaller
size on the
balloon.
OCT, that possibly will tell you what
This-
balloon to take for the crush.
Yes.
And
Hare,
also, Dr. Rajesh, sometimes you need 2 balloons. You need a smaller balloon for the distal part and then a bigger balloon to size the left main. Sometimes we need 2 balloons. to
there's
press.
a lot of size
We have crossed it and now we are going to do a OCT run in the LED.
26.
Haresh, you want to recommend OCT for confirming where we have crossed with the wire in every
No,
case?
no, no. I mean, just that we see it, so we
Yeah,
learn
so
more. The more you do it, the more you learn.
Yeah.
Not as a routine.
Yeah, and secondly, we already have the OCT catheter on the table, so might well use it and
And
optimize
a good demonstration
our
you would get.
PCI.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm,
Yeah. Yeah.
More than that. Go ahead. The catheter is not moving. Stuck probably, I don't know.
No, we have not got.
No, it did not move actually. It did not come back, the catheter. See, frankly speaking, we had a very difficulty crossing the circumflex. We had to, discard one catheter. We had damaged the catheter because the circ ostium was so
You
diseased
do it
and
again.
calcific.
Maybe you can take a short run, from proximal LED to left main just to see the
See,
wire crossing.
Yeah.
If it is possible.
Yeah, we can do it here.
we
now.
will try. We fortunately could cross. Let's see. Now from here, we'll try and do this.
Angio also somewhere.
Sorry.
Can we see the angio, the fluoro also?
Yeah. I mean, we can see both the images, fluoro and.
So now we are not seeing you. Yeah, now that is better. That is
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So. Where is it? Yeah.
Ready?
No, there's some issue with the catheter now.
Can you manually pull back and see?
Yeah, manually. Can I manually pull back and see if you want to see?
Manual pull back. Pull back and see. Record.
Should I? Ready? अब inject करना पड़ेगा मैं पीछे मत खींचिए मैन्युअली मैं यहाँ पे
Okay.
आपको कुछ नहीं करना goodness
More than. Give me some more contrast. Okay. हाँ. Yeah.
ready chalo hey, get me 3 412 balloon on LED and 2 12 on
Can you
circumference.
see where the virus?
नहीं ठीक है, I think we should proceed with the. Sorry, I mean some problem with the catheter looks like. So should we proceed with the first case?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Chalo.
They're
So
all academic points. You've made every effort to cross
Yeah.
short of the
ये कौन सा है?
yes, circumflex
इसमें
है,
थे ना?
उसको recross करना है.
New
212 balloon
212 balloon.
and get 312 on LED. So actually, we were debating whether we should come into the left main ostium, but while doing angiography multiple times, when the catheter was getting deep engaged, there was a drop in pressure, angina, significant STD changes. So probably we are
Then
thinking of coming into the
we'll come into it.
left main ostium as well.
We can see the left main over there. Just try and see the bifurcation if you can show us.
You want to see the run, the last run?
No, no, this here, you go frame by frame here.
No,
The
no.
bifurcation point, the circle.
We have crossed this, which we'll see with the, now with the, you see
Okay.
how the balloon is crossed beautifully.
We'll do-
And we are in the middle, just take a fluoro. You see here in the middle of the strut.
Yeah.
एक करना है, वो बाद में इसमें get 312 balloon on LED wire.
The balloon. Give me the other balloon.
Okay.
Throw up the fluoro image now.
Or you can use stent boost also for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get the other balloon also on LED 312. Get 312 balloon.
No, we can do a stent boost now.
Acha, stent boost around.
Give a stent boost. Yeah.
Ready? Sure. Get on this. Sorry.
Yeah, stent boost shows that we are in the middle strut.
Good.
वो वायर वो मैं इसको लगा के रखता हूँ circle.
Can we see the stent boost just for
Arun,
just to get
stent
an idea?
boost दाखवायला लागेल. We will have to show this. Can we show the stent boost?
So,
Can you show the stent boost, please?
If it is possible, otherwise you go ahead.
Yeah,
So,
this
you know,
crossing is seen now. Here. Your crossing of the wire is seen
So-
here. So you show it now, please. Can you show this? OCT screen, please. I'll show you the OCT,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
image
very
is.
good.
And
Very
you can see that we are crossing in the central portion. You can see the
Yeah.
image on the,
right. We can see.
you can
Right,
see
you're
the
right.
wire
Proximal
going
to
into
mid.
the circumflex.
Yes, yes.
Right in the
Proximal
middle.
to mid. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I don't see Dr. Chadda on the screen there. The technical team, can you please show him on the
LED,
top
sir.
screen?
LED. Me circumflex. See, I mean, just for the sake of discussion now, we wanted to do OCT in.
So this is the
Sorry.
first case we did. And we have crossed in the middle, which we have shown in the
Yeah,
OCT.
Yeah, in the OCT.
Yes.
Perfect.
Which we also confirmed it by the stent boost, which also shows that it is crossed through the middle.
Yeah. At some stage, we would like to see that image also, just to
Yeah.
for everyone to get educated.
Correct. And for those, if they are by chance not using OCT for such kind of complex cases, maybe stent boost helps them to increase their
एक
confidence.
ये ले लो एंजियो ले लो फिर.
So this is the image after doing the first case, and now we are going to put a stent across into the LED to left
Should we
main.
do pre-dilatation because we are not done pre-dilatation.
So will you take 2 stents of different sizes or what do you plan?
We plan to put a long stent.
तीन सा balloon के
Okay.
और 275 सा balloon के 275.
So we go to dilate the distal LED. We have not dilated, we dilate it, and then we put a stent across, and then do the second case.
I don't know whether you can see the cranial view. There is a good landing zone before large diagonal. So we plan to end our stent there. So can you please show the, Arun, can you please come to LED cranial view just to show the landing zone? No, we already taken. Just show the images.
Yeah, image. This one.
The
Daniel.
Arun, go cranial, any cranial view. Okay, it's okay. Go ahead. Next. That's
Yeah.
all.
yeah, this one.
See, this is where we are planning the diagonal. Just
Right.
before the diagonal, we got to put the stent.
Sorry.
Yeah. So what size, what length Can you
Uh,
say? And in the meantime, first run the first OCT picture. That was a good recording, where we would see the left main size and the distal landing zone
Yeah,
size.
we can show you that.
Yeah. So in the meantime, you
We
can
can
go
show
ahead
that
and somebody
OCT
can show that. The
OCT.
point of interest is if you take the stent size according to the distal landing zone, would the stent give you permission to go up to the left main size?
Yeah, that is
The
a
expansion
difference in the
limit,
size. So you
and
have to
whether
know
the expansion limit of the stent would match both the sizes.
Yeah, that is why we are also thinking can either put two stents. That is also the strategy as you asked. But the distal size is about 2.75.
Cranial, Arun? Cranial.
So, and we can expand it to 3.75 if we use probably a Zine stent, or because it's
Yeah, so that's why that left main size is very important.
yes.
So-
I
And
think
you should-
maximum you can go to 4 with a 275.
Yeah.
So this was after Rota. And next.
And the length of your stent in the left main should be
Iliacaudal.
sufficient to do a pot later on. So
yes.
please take care of that also.
Yeah, because it is quite a long.
He's going to come to the ostium. That's his plan.
So it is quite easy to do it. Probably it's long.
In fact, he'll need longer. So
The idea of having one stent was also we didn't want to have a overlap zone at the ostium of the circumflex, because where do we land LAD stent then? Probably we'll have to land in a proximal
no.
part of the LAD, or then we'll have to come into left main mid portion and then probably take it. So we thought if possible,
Yeah.
we'll manage it with one stent.
Yeah, one set that is better.
Yeah, so I think we'll go
Now
ahead with
we'll put take one stent. 338.
So we had a couple of technical difficulties, if we can share. While crossing circumflex, we couldn't take OCT catheter. In fact, we damaged one catheter. We had to discard that. We took another catheter. Then we took, because it was acute vein calcification. This was all after Rota. We took guideliners support also, but still we couldn't cross circumflex. So we couldn't do OCT in circumflex. Any other way we could address this issue?
No, so was this post-rota, post-NC balloon dilatation you could not go, or was it just post-rota?
Post rota only.
Post Rota and post
And
NC
then we
dilatation.
dilated because it was not going, and even after dilatation we could not cross.
Yeah.
So
Dr. Johnson, if I can ask you in the meantime, had these lesions been a softer lesions, would the FFR be different? Or does the lesion morphology affect the FFR values?
No, so there's obviously a lot of calcium here. We can see that angiographically. We've seen it on the OCT runs as well, but the pressure loss is not affected by that. So soft plaque, hard plaque, the pressure loss is the same across all of it.
Beautiful, crossed.
So
Yeah.
cranial, can we go cranial one?
this stent is crossed very easily. You didn't do Rota to the LAD.
No, we did.
You did.
We did.
Both.
Because the way that stent went in, you have really softened it up, the artery.
No, and plus they did post-NC balloon dilatation.
Balloon
also.
dilatation.
Yeah,
We'll have to
but
come back a little bit.
then
We have some margin
NC
there.
will just dilate, it won't soften it up.
Bus.
This was-
थोड़ा सा और पीछे. Yeah, can we take a picture now? Yeah, it's covered.
So should we go ahead?
I think,
Iliacaudal,
looks good.
Iliacaudal one.
Yeah,
Check in the iliocranial
Yeah,
also, the
spider.
ostium.
Yeah.
Cranial.
Caudal.
Caudal, cranial, the ostium basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Iliocranial one. Or you want to see RAO-cranial?
Yeah, it's well covered.
I think
Ostium
looks
is well
good.
covered.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead.
बाहर निकालनी.
Why नहीं निकाल दो?
A little more.
Yeah.
एक स्टेन बूस्ट घे नाही फक्त
Stent boost, can you give us?
आरे कॉडला ये थोडंसं बाहेर काढ Come down.
Little more cord. Yeah. Yeah, do.
Ready?
निकाल.
So have you pulled back the same balloon and doing some high pressure?
No. We are going
Not
to.
yet.
No. We got to.
We'll have to recross.
I thought you could just remove the wire before you do that.
Yeah, but wire generally comes out. It's very easy to get
We are
out
just,
the wire.
Yeah. Because there are 2-3
Yeah,
layers of stent studs on that crush segment.
Yeah. No recross through the stent. Now go to recross the and do the second.
Which wire is this? Which wire is this?
We are using all BMW at the moment.
Okay. Of course.
Or if it doesn't, then you may do a repot.
Yeah, we do a repot.
Yeah.
We do a pot first and then probably
then
do a
try
pot.
to cross. That would
Yeah.
Give
It
a,
looks if the guide is just sitting right under that, and sometimes I've dinged these osteal stents when you do that. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
A big flare at the
Actually,
front would be
Otherwise
important.
you
Excellent
can
point, Neil. I think very important to avoid
give a
LSD.
NC 4.
So therefore, we do
4 by
this
8.
pot first.
पहले LED भी करके आना है post dilatation 3 से एक give me one LAO I mean AP cranial and give 315 balloon. We'll do post dilatation LED also.
First do pot, sir. First do
Yeah, yeah.
pot with a 4O balloon or 3.75
Yeah, fair enough.
to the left main before
Chalo,
you go for
one
that step.
pot 4
Give a 4 balloon. 4,
Four.
12.
Especially to the ostium, because as Neil said, we don't
412.
want any LSD there.
Yeah. So in fact, we wanted to go ahead and take gel, but with so much of calcification, we opted for EBU. Otherwise, it would have been a little easier for us to re-engage.
So we got to do pot and then cross into the circ again.
Yeah, that's also fine. And then, but at least get a good pot there.
You would never have gone into the circ without an EBU or some support. The jail wouldn't have allowed you to go into this.
No, that's the reason precisely. That's the reason we didn't want to start with gel.
So this is a 4 by 12 balloon NC, which we are doing.
Caudal.
And what I've sometimes done for these as well after the classical NC pot is depending on how much I've hung out into the aorta, I've sometimes done these osteal flash balloons as well a little bit just to kind of really flare the front struts. They're much more bulky device, harder to deliver. But for this kind of thing, sometimes that's useful to really make sure that it has a very open ostium.
So here we are placing the balloon
Yeah.
right at the carina.
Correct.
So can we have one stent boost if you want?
And you can have stent boost also for
Yeah,
that.
we are doing
But
that.
Neil, unfortunately, we don't have flash balloons in India.
Okay.
Yeah,
That explains
that's
it
the
then.
problem. I mean, it's an
It's
idea.
okay. We don't have drug. We don't have drug coated balloons here, so
Yeah.
it's interesting what you do have and what you don't have in each area.
This is the case.
Yeah.
Can you take the guiding out for us?
Yeah.
But tell me, Neil, what's your preferred two-stent strategy in left main? DK crush or culotte or some other mini crush or something? In an elective two-stent strategy, what would you have done?
Well, it depends a little bit on the angulation and the sizes, the relative sizes of the circ. Sometimes, if the circ is really disproportionately small, then
give the another wire. Give a
it can
new
be
wire.
challenging. But no, I think the DK crush is a nice technique, and that's generally become my standard.
Yeah, but do you use any kind of imaging in left main, such kind of two-stent strategy, or you do it plain angiography?
No, almost always. Again, IVUS guided would be 90% of my cases. I do OCT in about 10%, but the vast majority end up being IVUS guided, especially left main stuff like this, with all this heavy calcium too. Absolutely.
Yeah, but looking at today's OCT demonstration of proximal mid-cell crossing by the wire, do you think that your OCT usage will increase?
Talker.
Well, like in this case, as you said, it was, I think, a very favorable circ angle. You can see the way that it came off the wire was almost destined to cross in the mid portion of the crush stent. And you could also see it on stent boost. You know, if there are questions, then I think the OCT is uniquely able to answer that. But, you know, angiographically here, as well as just the angulations, I think kind of predestined it to work out well, fortunately.
So can I go back to my old question? In such kind of circumstances, how do we negotiate the OCT catheter with so much of angulation if we really wanted to?
Just as zipper.
No, I think, Ajit, I mean, we did just rota and then we tried to cross. We
No,
could
no,
have-
We dilated it also.
We tried to cross after the balloon also. After
Yeah. We did high pressure NC balloon dilatation. We couldn't cross. We had to discard a catheter. We came back with guide liner. We tried crossing with guide liner, but we somehow couldn't manage doing that.
So that's a bit of a disadvantage when you have such angulation, high angulations, and the OCT catheter is much more flexible. I mean, the shaft, and therefore sometimes it can lead to damage like this. So I think this is the 7 French guide catheter, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Dr. Shah, especially angulated segments with calcium,
Right.
we find it difficult to negotiate the OCT catheters. I think they are coming out with a new catheter which is more flexible and more negotiable.
Soft line.
So are you using the same wire which was there in the circle?
No. It's a new wire.
New wire.
BMW.
And what is it?
It's
BMW.
BMW. Okay, fine. So
we are changing over to soft wire now because
correct. I thought so because sometimes after the 2 stents, going into the circumflex is tricky and maybe there is not enough support on that floppy portion.
Soft. Yeah. So we'll change it to a little soft. Give the other soft wire, please.
Yeah. So
which wire are you taking now?
We're taking soft, stabilizer soft.
Okay, stabilizer.
Can you give the wire?
soft wire.
Soft wire.
so again, here
Whisper
the
extra support. Get whisper extra support.
recommendation is to go proximal mid again in this.
Now you will go through the mid only because you've already done one first case.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Now there won't be a problem.
It's just the layers of metal.
Yeah.
Whisper extra support.
And if you have a problem, maybe you can do again pot.
Yes.
Just to try and expand it.
Actually,
Sell further.
I felt that the pot could have been done maybe 1 or 2 millimeters distal to where you kept your marker, the distal marker.
No, we did twice. One we did distal at the carina, and then we did the ostium also.
So that carinal pot, I felt maybe a little distal. But of course, you are the man on the spot, sir.
Yeah. So question to Neil in the meantime. So in your provisional strategy of left main, do you routinely use the FFR? I mean, if you have a doubt on the angiogram, or you use the DK6 criteria by just going on the angiogram?
If it looks angiographically all right, I generally don't do anything about it. I just let it be. Only if there's an angiographic question do I take out an FFR wire. So practically what that means is that it's a minority of the provisional cases that I end up doing side branch measurements in.
And the FFR evaluation is after the pot?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, try to really get the the main vessel as good as you can get it, and then do it. I mean, the pot's going to also make it easier to cross into the side branch with the pressure wire if that becomes necessary. There's been some stuff we've done recently about jailing pressure wires. There was a study where we used the Opsens wire. I'm not sure if that's one that you have available. And actually jailing it didn't lead to any problems in some benchtop stuff. And there's also some data from Japan from clinical practice. So I must admit, I don't do it very often, but that's another option if you're concerned about your ability to cross back in, is to, or, you know, to kind of understand what the side branch is doing, is you can just jail the pressure wire there. But I would probably want to use more of something like an Opson's wire that's been proven not to have issues with the distal portion of it, not going to have integrity problems.
Yeah, we fear that the sensors might get damaged. That's why. And secondly, if you have to open a second FFR wire, maybe it adds to our cost in India. So
no, it's just, if let's say you'd use the FFR at the beginning, you know, you'd done the main branch and you say, okay, yeah, it's good. You know, you can park that pressure wire in the side branch, do the main one, and then you kind of get it for free at the end.
yeah. And
So
in the
312,
meantime,
350.
they are doing the case. Another question to you, Neil, that so this IFR, you said that is less reliable in the left main bifurcation. So do you do IFR at all in left main bifurcation when you're doing, or you just go ahead and straight away do FFR in this left main bifurcation, especially if there is downstream disease?
Well, when I put the wire down, I always look at the pressure ratio that's there at rest. I must say, the vast majority of the time give hyperemia. I think stress testing is important in cardiology. We do it for a reason. So we're doing rest testing just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Now, if the rest test is really abnormal, that's one thing. But for the vast majority of cases, I think that stress testing adds a lot of knowledge and understanding, makes the right diagnosis.
And on that note, another question to you. You see the IFR data, 2-year data of defined flare and sweetheart showed that IFR, though not statistically significant, had higher mortality. So does it in any way make you not to believe in IFR or not to do a resting indices?
I, again, rarely use resting indexes in my own practice because I think stress testing is important. And when something's not normal at rest, okay, that's not where patients have problems. So I must admit, I don't use it very often in my own practice, except when really abnormal. As far as the clinical studies go, again, it comes down to this strategy issue. You really need to compare cases of disagreement, and that's unfortunately not how those studies were designed. So I don't think that they have a lot to say about it.
And then और एक 3 का balloon लेना पड़ेगा.
Patients
Yeah.
with
So with your protocol,
नहीं,
from what I listened to you on your comments, you just don't do any resting indices, straight away go to hyperemia, or do you say that, okay, I use the resting indice first, if it is abnormal, I do intervention, no adenosine. But if it is normal, then I do an hyperemia. Is that a good strategy?
I think that's a very valid strategy. Because I teach the fellows when we're doing these cases, I often try to show them hyperemia, if only to have educational value. But for practical values, if you put the wire down and it's 0.75 or lower, you know, the FFR is only going to be lower than that. So for practical reasons, you already have enough information to make a good decision.
What about patients with the contraindication to use of adenosine? For example, bronchial asthma.
Yeah, it's a good question. 2 straightforward options. One is intracoronary adenosine, and the second then contrast, actually. So if you give a little puff of contrast, it works out that that's like about 4 mics of adenosine or something like that. And for many patients, actually, that gives enough hyperemia to see if it's going to be positive.
Okay.
Johnson, how would the main branch wire affect the reading of the side branch recording? Will there be an influence of the main branch wire once you're doing a bifurcation FFR? The main branch wire?
Right. So for example, in this case, let's say that the side branch wire then is an FFR wire in the circ. The LAD wire doesn't influence that, no.
Now, Niels, the question to you is, in the ACS situation, there are a couple of trials, the Dynami Primilute 2, which showed that if you do FFR and you revascularize 3-vessel disease, then the outcomes are significantly better, but it does not apply to 2-vessel disease. What's your opinion on that?
Well, in the ACS scenario, I think we need to make sure that we're not using FFR in the culprit vessel. That's not where it was designed to be used. But for the non-culprit stenoses, I'm not sure if it matters if you have one or two non-culprit lesions. I think you'll get the same benefit for both of those. But shouldn't be doing clear culprit vessels. We usually don't anyway. But in those cases, because the myocardium is so injured by the infarct, in some cases you can get erroneous FFR values.
Yeah, but that if you do it at the same time, if you do it staged, then obviously after 48 hours, it would make a difference.
Yeah, and that's often a local logistical issue, depending on how busy the lab is, how much time, patient's insurance in the US is a part of things as well. So I think often there end up being clinical and logistical factors that make that decision much more than the physiology.
Balloon.
One more thing, how many times have you seen that you've done a multi-vessel FFR and you've left a vessel based on FFR being negative and the angina doesn't resolve? Patient says he's still getting angina as he walks.
So angina, actually, we're doing a lot of stuff on this at the moment, has a lot of different mechanisms, and it's humbling that there's not always a straightforward link between symptoms and physiology. There are a whole bunch of physiology that can lead to the same symptoms. A very common mechanism after stenting is that you've got jailed side branches, and some of those jailed side branches do supply enough muscle that patients will notice symptoms from them. I have several examples of that. And so while we generally brush off these smaller intermediate vessels, that can be a source of symptoms in some people.
So we are at the final part now. We are done kissing, balloon dilatation.
Can you tell us something about this last kiss, the final kiss?
So the initial
what size balloons, what pressures?
We had initially we dilated with 2 and did a kiss with 2 and 3. Then we did it with 3 and 3.
Okay. At what pressure?
We did at about 12 atmosphere, and then simultaneously deflated the balloon. And now we are going to do a pot again after doing the second kiss with the same balloon, which is a 4 by 12.
So OCT from LAD.
Now we'll do, after this, we'll do the OCT from the LAD to see the crushed stent as well as how it is.
Actually, this report is probably one of the most important steps. Get that stent back in shape and size.
Right. So Neil, another question to you. How often do you do now post PCI FFRs or IFRs or resting indices? Do you still believe in that theory, or still you think it is too early to do routinely post PCI FFRs, especially if you have opened up an FFR wire?
Well, I must admit, I have a special interest in it, so I tend to do it quite a bit. I just had an RCA yesterday. I took it from 7.1 up to 9.4, so great. Feel nice at the end of the case. I must admit, though, for routine practice, I am not quite sure that that's something that we need to be doing all of the time. If you have an FFR wire out and you've used it to make the initial case and you've done the PCI over it, or it's sitting already open on the table, it's really easy to make the measurements at the end. For the most part, what it shows us is that there's a lot of diffuse disease in vessels. We think it's all focal. We think we treat it with the stents. But there's a fair amount of diffuse disease that's there, and often that's what the FFR after PCI is a measure of.
No, but how often do you do post dilatation, repeat dilatation after an abnormal FFR?
Oh, it's a nice result there, boy. It looks great. I must say, I rarely use it as a way of optimizing stents. If I think that there's something to be optimized on stents, I use imaging for that. Now, if there's a huge gradient over the stent, boy, hopefully that will usually cause me to pull out imaging to try to understand why that happened, or I'll take a big NC and see if it goes away. But that's usually not what happens on the pullbacks. You see that the stented segment often has very minimal gradient over it.
Great. So now can we do OCT?
Yes, we are taking the OCT catheter.
Yeah. And I think maybe some more nitros or vasodilators, the distal LAD looks still somewhat in spasm or something. From here at least, I don't know.
Yeah, distal to stent there is a spasm, which will.
I think excellent result.
Yeah, angiographically it
Looks
looks
of
great.
it.
Very nice angiography.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Especially with calcium and small vessels.
And before I forget to mention that it's been very nice to see the synergy between both of you.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Very nice teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are through.
Yeah.
थोड़ा सा आगे जाना है. वो थोड़ा
So,
सा cranial जाना है एकदम. Huh?
You are distal to the stent.
Yeah.
We are much more distal to
Good.
it. Can you just see this? Yes.
थोड़ा
we
सा
are much-
पीछे आना है. थोड़ा सा पीछे आ सकते हैं सर. नहीं 20 mg.
maybe, yeah, hopefully your guide is coaxial and sitting nicely.
Yeah,
so
it
that,
is sitting nicely.
Yeah.
Okay.
नहीं, अभी वो थोड़ा सा छोटे से दे रहा हूँ.
क्या करना?
I'm just giving it from the side port. Done?
चलो.
चलो. Tell me when you're ready.
When you're ready?
Sini.
So we have taken the OCT run.
Yeah, it's a good run. Very minimal artifacts, but yeah, let's see now.
So only at a couple of places there are white red zones.
Can you increase the size of that OCT picture?
Mesh?
Yeah, take it on the main screen. Yeah, that's fine. That's better now. That's better.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe you can go from distal again and
Can you show the bifurcation?
yeah, first show the edge.
Yeah.
Distal edge.
Edge.
Distal edge. Distal.
You will come back here.
From here, yeah. Distal edge looks okay.
Yeah, looks good. And
Under expanded a bit.
yeah, looks like that. So the red bar at the distal is more of an artifact, I believe.
Yes, that's because of the contrast.
Yeah.
Looks
Or
well opposed.
Come back to the bifurcation.
Yeah.
So an interesting question here to you, Dr. Duggal.
Yeah.
Do you use manual segmentation of the artery or you leave it to the machine?
No, generally leave it to the machine. Here you can see the ostium.
Subostium.
Yes.
Oh,
Maybe
here-
you can still focus it better.
Can you focus it better?
Subostium.
The wire is definitely proximal mid. There's no
Yeah.
question, but we would just like to see,
Struts out of the way or not?
yeah, whether they're out of the way or not, or maybe it requires a. Go ahead.
Here you can see now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the struts are the other side, but this is well expanded and there is no strut crossing the ostium of the circ.
And neither there is any link there. That's
No link there.
Yeah,
Should
so
we-
the kiss
should
is
we-
good.
Should we try and do circ OCT?
If you can, that's
will
ideal.
not
Yeah,
go,
that's
I
the
will not
best
go.
thing. I mean, we would like to
Yes.
see.
No,
In the
we can try
meantime,
to- No.
I think
It'll be difficult to cross, I suppose.
Yeah.
let us give a try and see. I think you have well expanded. In the meantime, the technical team can tell us, are we left with some few minutes more?
We have crossed as per the.
Yeah.
No, but we started quite late actually.
We started quite late. No? That's a
Yeah.
What about the expansion?
Great job done in the time that was available. I think it is.
Yeah.
Duggal, what about the distal expansion? Is it adequate or it needs it more?
yeah. We did it with 3, but that appears as artifact. But we were thinking, if you see on the even on the stent boost, it is well expanded.
Yeah.
We'll try a circ now. If we
We'll try a circ. That's more important. You can do some dilatations later on. But
Yeah.
if you can get a OCT
Is
run,
that 4 stent in the left main adequate? What is the area we have achieved? Can we?
That
area of the stent in the left
left
main.
main.
Can you just?
So Neil, do you go with these left main areas which have been set by the Excel trials now? Excel or Noble trials? Once you do left main bifurcation with imaging?
Well, I mean, when I do these on IVUS and
Can you
size
come to Helio Caudal?
whatever things are on those, I must admit I don't use general criteria. I usually try to understand what the IVUS says in a particular case for the sizing.
Letman is
What
what, 13.3?
Yeah, that looks good. And the expansion also looks very good. And VT, there's an important point, that you cannot use the IVUS criteria with the OCT.
Sure. I fully believe. Yeah. So he uses IVUS 90% of the time. So I was just asking whether he goes with the criterias or not.
नहीं जा रहा ना, नहीं वो
No,
side में
bend
जा
हो गया.
नहीं bend हो गया वो, नहीं जा ही नहीं रहा. But you're gone, I think.
No, the distal one is gone, but this is not good.
No, I think we are finding it difficult to get across, so we don't want to damage the stain. I think we'll quit here. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come out.
So, so final comments from Neil, Dr. Bahulian, Dr. Rajesh, Dr.
Ravi.
Chadda.
Yeah. I think it is
Thank
a
Looks
nice,
like a great result. Given all that calcium at the start, I think that's a great place to end with it. That's nice.
We'll just take a final shot with wires in before we come
the
out.
anatomy of, this triangulated circumflex and calcified lesions. The result is quite acceptable, quite good, and demonstrated the use of intravascular imaging, especially OCT for left main. And then bifurcation point also showed that the circumflex is opening is quite good, not much of stent jailing, especially
गाइड अंदर करके final shot लेना है, वायर निकाल के.
pain at the end of the bifurcation.
नहीं ना, cranial.
I think it's congratulations to Dugal and team. It is a great demonstration of DK crush.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
It
for
was
having us.
Great job done.
having us on board. Thank you very much. It was a great pleasure.
Yeah, it's a big cheer for Dr. Duggal and Dr.
Yeah.
Ajit Mehta, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.